The German embassy today hosted Diversity in Diplomacy, a conversation on feminist foreign policy, and I have with me the German ambassador to India, Dr. Philipp Ackermann. Thank you for joining ThePrint, sir. My first question before we get into the event itself is that earlier today the two defense ministers had a conversation. Can you give us a sense of what was discussed?
So, as you know, later this month, German Chancellor and a couple of ministers will come to Delhi for the intergovernmental consultations, and one minister will be the Minister of Defense. So, the phone call today served as a preparation for a bilateral meeting between Raksha Mantri here, but also the Minister of Defense in Germany. They discussed a bit of the agenda, they discussed the projects they had, and they were looking forward of meeting each other in later this month in the context of these intergovernmental consultations.
Right, and I'm coming to this because Chancellor Scholz and I think 8 cabinet ministers will be coming to India later this month. So, brings up 2 questions. One, as a part of this, will defense be a key pillar? Will the submarine deal be discussed? And secondly, from today's conversation, there were suggestions of bringing a gender angle to German-Indian ties. So do you think that this is something that could also be brought in during these conversations?
So defense will certainly be discussed, there is no doubt. Military policy, strategy will be discussed, it's on the table. The submarines, it's a decision of the Indian government that is beyond our influence, so we will wait for what the Indian government has to say at some point. When it comes to the gender aspect, I think what we have with our Partnership for Green and Sustainable Development, there is a very clear gender angle to that. There is a gender vertical, and there is something where we feel that can be a very, very big difference when you consider your partnership under these gender aspects. And that's a very strong point we are developing together with the Indian side.
Right. Thank you so much for joining ThePrint, Ambassador Ackermann.